Today we will practice finding the determinant of a square matrix. So for a determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix, it is a real number associated with a 2 by 2 square matrix. So if we have matrix A, the determinant of matrix A, we can put this DET with a capital A, or we could use, it looks like absolute value symbols around A. But just like we did when we found the inverse of a 2 by 2, we'll take the main diagonal, or A times D, minus the other diagonal, B times C. Super simple, not very difficult at all. So for our determinant of matrix A here, we'll take 5 times 3, so we're finding this diagonal, subtract the diagonal going from bottom left to top right, 7 times 6. So 15 minus 42 is negative 27. And that's your answer. You're done. Try the example you try. So hopefully you found your determinant for the you try to be 2. That's it. When we find the determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix, there are several different ways that we can go about doing this. It's probably easiest to use the diagonal method, which as we have illustrated here. So notice we have our coefficient matrix here, and then we have our determinant. One thing to keep in mind is we have our 2 columns, and we've just recopied those 2 columns next to each other. And the process we go is we start at the main diagonal, so the top left, and that is where, and then we move to the right. So the following diagonal here would be the BFG, and then we would have the CDH, and then we're going to subtract the diagonals going the opposite direction. So that would be your CEG from the bottom left, and then we have our HFA, and we have our IDB, and then we just use a calculator and simplify. So we're going to illustrate this in our next example. First thing we're going to do is we're going to copy our first 2 columns as such. And then to find our determinant, right, we will find our main diagonal, so 4 times 3 times 1, and then we'll add to that the next diagonal to the right, 1 times 4 times negative 3, and then we'll add to the next diagonal, 0 times negative 9 times 8. And then we will subtract the diagonal going the opposite way, starting from the bottom left. So negative 3 times 0 plus 8 times 4 plus 1 times negative 9 times 1. Okay, and then all we have left to do is to clean that up. So we know we'll have 12 minus 12 plus 0 minus 0 plus 128 minus 9, which is 0 minus 119, or negative 119. And that's all you got to do. I want you to take a minute or 2 and try this example you try. Hopefully you found the determinant of this example to be 80. Ta-da! We made it through determinants. Time to practice.